Great Scott, the perfect squat rack does exist. I must build it. It's alive! I have a piece of equipment I've reviewed, and that piece of equipment is one that I've absolutely loved. In fact, it used to sit right here. Now, right now, that beautiful thing is right there. And that's how much space it took up. That was the piece. That is called the Quantum Free Trainer. I love the Quantum Free Trainer, but it takes up so much freaking space, and I want things to be as compact as possible while providing the max amount of versatility and providing the least amount of setup, which is what I think I've accomplished here. I think I made, in some sense, the ultimate lever arm platform. Jammer arms came out and they were really hot. It was like, these are sick. We're gonna use these so much. The problem is, because of the width of the uprights and because of how they were made and how heavy they were, they just don't end up getting a lot of use from most home gym owners. I think this fixes that because this uses a similar architecture as the Quantum Free Trainer, which I felt like was in some way the ultimate jammer arm platform, but it puts it in the back of a rack. The components. The major and the most important part of this entire system are these arms. These are the Quantum Free Trainer arms. I literally just took them off that Quantum Free Trainer and stuck them on here. The problem is you can't really buy these. You have to buy the Quantum Free Trainer, which more on that in a moment. I took those arms and put them in the back of the squat rack. Now, a lot of people would think, well, you just attach them to your back uprights. Why do you need extra uprights? The width of a rack, it's a lot wider than shoulder width. They base the squat rack width off how long the inside shaft of a barbell is, so you can re-rack your bar. I added these extra set of uprights, so they're about 30 inches apart, which is pretty much exactly what the Quantum Free Trainer is. That gives me enough space on either side so I can adjust these up and down on the trolley, but also for pressing movements and pulling movements, it feels just outside of my shoulders, so it feels very comfortable, like some of the best press machines in the world. So I took these uprights, these are just standard Rogue uprights, same ones that are on the rest of the rack, and then I attached them to the top of the cross member. This is a top cross member from Rogue Fitness. There are some modifications here, and I will actually improve this over time. This is very much a prototype, but I took these universal brackets from Stray Dog Strength, which, by the way, Stray Dog, they make some custom parts. I'll just say, no offense to Stray Dog, I've enjoyed some of their stuff, but my goodness, these took forever to come in with the uprights that I ordered. I'm hoping they get their shipping times down. I just want to call it out. Very annoying how long these took. This allowed me to have the uprights on a proper width, but be stable. I put this on here initially, and I started doing some movements with it and realized these things move because they're so long at the base. So I needed a way to attach them to the base. Initially, I wanted to use an upright, but because of the situation I'm using here, I wasn't able to do it. So what I did was I took a Rogue Fitness training bar. It's a 25 millimeter bar, fits through the 1-inch holes. I jammed that thing all the way through, so now I have stability side to side from the top and back and forth on the bottom, and using it, this thing is rock solid. Now I say that because this is very much not perfect. There are some updates and upgrades I want to make, more on that here in a moment, but for my training, which I've been using it for, it's dang good. It's dang good. Okay, you're like, Coop, stop talking about it, show us how we use it. Oh, I'm kidding. Let's show you. I'm taking the half spotters that I used from the Quantum Free Trainer. You could also use just general J-cups, or another way you could use is safety spotters that fold down. You use these so you have a place to rest your arm. Then you take your arm and fold it out and then place it. One of these things that is actually nicer than many jammer arms is these are easier to move than most jammer arms. Most jammer arms have a very heavy bracket off the back, and the arms themselves are 3x3 with a lot of extra components. So it's actually pretty easy to move up and down, and once you place it on the bracket, it has a lever so it's easy to go up and down. So I can do this with one hand, place this down, and then put it in place. Because this goes up and down the uprights, the whole uprights, you can dial in exactly where you want the strength curve. So if you want it heaviest at the bottom thanks to the lever, or you want heaviest at the top, or just mid-range, whatever, you can figure that out. One of the things that makes this better than traditional jammer arms is you have the ability to add these handle attachments through the actual lever arm. So you just place them in there and suddenly you're ready to go. I'll just show you the example of the movement, and then I'll show you like doing an actual set. So as you can see, These handles swivel 360 degrees, so I can get them in whatever movement I want. They also don't spin super well, so I actually prefer that because then that allows me when I'm pressing to kind of find the handle angle that I really like, so I can keep it there and then just press. But I'm able to get full depth, able to get the range of motion that I want, and it moves freely, which I do have a mod I want to make for that, but for now, this is what's available. Now with a lot of this stuff, I'm making this specific to the way I like to train, and I found that a lot of people in their home gyms train similarly, and so I want as least friction as possible. I have a couple resistance modes. One is with plates. For this to just show you kind of how it works, I could use the quarter spotters that are back there. The problem is they stick out a little bit too far for the way that I'm using this. One of the unique things about this that is different from the Quantum Free Trainer, the Quantum Free Trainer has a center bracket that you basically put the half spotters on and then you lift off and go on the outside. This is going from the opposite side, so it's going from the outside in. One reason, again, that the Rogue uprights work well for that is they're a little bit wider. And you can see, thanks to these handles being off the bottom, I'm able to get just crazy depth. So a great stretch, same thing you'd feel with like dumbbells essentially, but on a lever machine. Then when you want to be finished with the rep, you have the bottom spotters if you fail, or you can re-rack at the top. Okay, let me show you the resistance method I'm using on this most often. My kids are getting into Harry Potter. We've been reading the books at night, and there's a word that starts with a V that you just don't say in Harry Potter. It's kind of similar to this. You're just not allowed to say it. So this is the resistance method I'm using most often. You could do this with cables, but I'm using digital resistance. If you're not into digital resistance, I'm not trying to sell you on digital resistance. In fact, for the price point, they're still too expensive for like 90% of the audience. I wouldn't recommend them, but I just want to show you how I'm using it for the example. This is a bench prop from Rogue Fitness. It's not made for what I'm using it for, but I have two of these. One I use as a seal row pad. This one I use for just attaching things to the middle of the rack very quickly. This is actually designed by my friend Brandon Campbell Diamond, Basement Brandon. He came up with the bench prop idea, which they designed it basically for centering your bench, but it's used for so much more. If you want something like this, grab it from Rogue, and actually I'm pretty sure that Basement Brandon still gets license off it because he created it, so I'd go to support him, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, an additional mod I made, these eye bolts are from Mutant Metals. He makes a stainless steel eye bolt that then uses a 3D printed, basically handle. You can screw it on to the back of like a 1-inch bolt you'd have on your rack. So I just took this, left this on here, which is for plates, and then attached this to the bottom, and now I can attach it to resistance from cables. One thing you can do on this is just hold it and then progressively load. So this allows me to basically start at the bottom of a rep, or if I wanted to, I could still start at the top using the J-cups. I just kind of like this. Get in motion. So now the full weight's on. Now there's going to be a certain population that's like, oh, I just use dumbbells. And you can just use dumbbells. Like this is for people that want to mimic machines that you can find in a commercial gym and do them in a cheap way, a compact way, and a versatile way. But let me show you how this is actually better than the Quantum Free Trainer standalone. I can now do one of my favorite machines in a commercial gym, a Viking press, with individual arms, with digital resistance if I wanted, or plate loading. Or if I wanted to do them on a single arm, I could take this off, use this. I can use other handles that adjust for different angles, or I can use horns for pressing, pull-ups, or dips. There's also another attachment I can't find. It goes on the end of a bar, and then you can use it, basically has shoulder yokes. So you can use it for squats. And then something Sam was mentioning, you could technically, because of the length of this lever, if you wanted to introduce some sort of pendulum squat, you could put an angled, probably prime angled pad up against this cross member here. And then because you're on that lever, you could use it like a pendulum squat. A serendipitous build that I have here that I've taken from the extra parts from the Quantum Free Trainer is a Makeshift 45-degree hyper. Now, I want a 45-degree hyper. In my future basement gym, I'm gonna have one. Still deciding on which one I'm gonna go with, but I really want one. For now, I'm like in a compact spot, this is what I've come up with. Now, I've got this arm right here, which is a Rogue bench prop. I then have Rogue's mega big, ultra comfy multi-use rack roller. And I took the lat pull down leg rollers from the Quantum Free Trainer and I've attached them off the backside. This allows me to have a setup somewhat similar to, say, a back attack or a vertical 45-degree hyper so that I can do weighted hyper extensions. This allows me to get a great stretch for the hammies all the way down and then back up, which, oh yeah. Sometimes when things look cool, then, you know, it's like look good, feel good, play good. There's just something about that, the symmetry of it looks pretty sweet. Let me show you putting it up when it's no longer in use. Start a timer. Not too bad to get things in and out. There's many attachments that would take just as long or longer than that. Now, this isn't gonna work for everybody. You know, it's like, as soon as you make something, put it on the internet, you're gonna have a ton of people that are just like, that sucks, I never use it. If you wouldn't use it, this wasn't designed for you. This is a creation that I'm gonna use. I'm really looking forward to it, and I think many people would as well. Now, for those of you that are like, man, I wanna have that in my gym, one, the Quantum Free Trainer currently only sells as the base unit. Two, I don't know if I would build it exactly with these components because number one, it's gonna be pretty expensive buying these from all these different companies. Number two, it's not fully optimized yet. For example, this bottom bar, that is not gonna be the final solution. I want it to be even lower so I can bring this trolley even lower for when I'm belt squatting or doing deadlifts, rows, things like that from the base floor. So in the current state, the only way that you build this is if you buy the Quantum Free Trainer, throw away the rest of the parts, and then get these arms. But I said I was gonna mention how maybe you could do this. I have a call scheduled with the creator of Quantum Free Trainer, and maybe, we'll see, we wanna come up with a solution with some changes I wanna make to make this even better, cheaper than what you get for the Quantum Free Trainer because you'd just be getting the arms and some components, and make it so it's as slim as possible on the rack. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments and I'm gonna get to work on it. But generally speaking, it gives me a lot more machine type use that I've been wanting and been missing, and it does so in a very compact platform. If you like this sort of thing, subscribe, give me a like. This has been Coop from Garage Gym Reviews in my garage gym. I'll see you next time. Peace.